station to station. Station to station, TVC15, one of those, you know, it's not me, and I've already read under that name, but I had to do it tonight. Yeah. Okay, so I have covers. I got some light up here. By local boy, Gregory W. Bitts. Smile more often. Smile when your hand is caught in a car door. Be thankful it was not your lip. Smile when the toad squirts on your palm, even if it is like a smile made between a barefoot and a wet floor. Covers, you know. Oh wait, I gotta explain it at home. Wait.
Do you need that light?
I might need that light. Let's see, when I get to like this yellow page, yeah, never print with a yellow page, because it's like, all right, that's the next page. No, I'm great with this one. I'll take it now, just so, I don't want to ruin your YouTube thing. I mean,
Yeah, whatever.
There's a lot of money right now.
I just hold it if you
Look at me, Mom! Yeah!
The wonders of technology!
I read poetry! I don't know how to do this. What am I going to do? Well, I got the... They serve alcohol in the next room! All right, so I've explained some things. I've explained Green Lake, and I explained Dick's Drive-In. Okay, so Green Lake is like, I don't know, you're St. Louis Park or something, Seattle, it's above University of Washington, and it's nothing really. They have a large green lake, so it's called Green Lake. And Dick's Drive-In is sort of somewhere between White Castle and Johnny Rockets, and they have like greasy food, and it's cheap enough. And people like the fries. Some people don't. I had a friend who wrote a poem about their fries. Some people like it, some people like, what is this thing? Okay, so this is Sky Mall by Ira Farness of Maryland. Woke up, put on thick socks, wool socks, $17 socks for climbing frozen waterfalls, titanium axes thunking the pull, the toe in, sweat beads forming, the cold existing only to my lips as I drink it in gas, the crystal air expanding, chest cavity, Gore-Tex hissing, steaming off my coffee-powered body of muscle. But I climbed a stubby ladder into a Green Lake attic to replace a broken rafter, and by the end of it I was lying on my back in the asbestos, sucking in my own stale breath back, again inside a rubber mask, reaching inside the muck and pus of my worst thoughts, black lunging, murderous impulses flashed through my gray, wet brain like lightning and storm clouds on a mountain somewhere. All the people in line of REI, clutching snowshoes and water purifiers, their doughy bodies wrapped in advanced systems of moisture redirection, their lives expiring in the weeks that it takes them to set up one perfect moment, the lives all wasting in pursuit, never owning the thing, at the end of this line, after work, when we're all walking dead, retired, sick, broken, then we'll have that fucking thing. Wait, the yellow page doesn't look so bad. Okay, this is The American, by Charles Smith of Burnsville. She had blood on her panties that time of the month, she laughs. She would not cross her legs. She had a skirt on and tennis shoes, a big belly, carried a purse with her all the time, and between her beefy thighs, I could see the flag, all red, all white, all blue. She has yellow fingertips, she rolls her own. She has, as we say, made the rounds. Anoka, Wilmar, Brainerd, Elk River, St. Peter. We sat and talked. She said Walgreens downtown barred her because all she would do was drink coffee. Then she looked at me and said, "You have a long way to go." Dog Suicide by Wanda Coleman of Los Angeles. On the Harbor Freeway, heavy traffic, 6 p.m., home to the path, kids in back, and me watching careful the front and back, sweating behind R&B, that steering wheel dog. Saw it standing there about a mile up, cars suddenly slowing to keep from hitting the dog that threatened to go out on the freeway. I slowed up with a flow as I passed. It moved toward me. I honked my horn, went back. Then I watched to see what would happen in the rearview mirror. It just walked out there. in front of the black Buick. Its body fell into a tumble under impact, its flesh tore red and open, and another car hit it, and another, and another. Thought about it on the way home. Wondered if that dog knew something I didn't. Oh. This is Me and Miss Messiah by Harvey Goldner, who's passed now, from Tennessee. I think I can still see my pages. 3 parts. A red rose, Miss Messiah wakes the sleeper. With my back against the bricks of a condemned building, I sat on the sidewalk begging. The proud world walked by in a hurry wearing new shoes, domestic and Italian. Some of those shoes shook with fear, longing to stop me as if I were a snake, and some of those shoes shivered with loathing as if I were dog shit. Every once in a while, a New Testament penny would bounce in my hat. Now and then an Old Testament curse would bounce off my bald head. As I was about to doze off, thinking that life was more fun in the 60s, a miracle green $100 bill floated into my hat. I looked up to see a young woman bobbing down the sidewalk like a red rose coursing on a mountain stream, but having a very nice butt. The next day I took a long shower at the Bread of Life mission and bought some clothes at a Kmart. I soon got a government job teaching life skills to boozers and shirkers, and joined the YMCA where I worked out every day. In a fast red car, she comes to my rescue. I was hitchhiking at the crossroads of the desert, and the Arizona afternoon sun bounced bait balls off my head, and fumes from diesel trucks choked my throat with both hands. I'd suffered there since sunup. American hearts were bigger, it seemed, before they were squeezed into Japanese cars, and was about to give up and drag my body, that cross of blood and bone, uphill 5 miles back and throw myself down in the mercy of the local Arizona Gestapo when a cherry red convertible, a 58 Pontiac Bonneville Special, stopped to pick me up. Fresh breeze hit my face, blown roses, and the driver was a young woman nearly bursting a black bikini. She gave me a smile and a huge paper cup full of iced tea with slices of lemon. Soon the sun went down, the car top did too. We flew 85, the sky dripping stars. We stopped at a minor league motel with a pool at the foot of a mountain. We dove and splashed in the pool, dark in the mountain's moon shadow, and then ran to our room for a shower. The next morning after breakfast, peaches and creams and Wheaties, I telephoned my daddy, who owns a bank in Mississippi, to ask if the job that he'd offered me 30 years ago back in the 60s, vice president in charge of both, was still available. He said, "Sure enough, son, come home, my prodigal son." Miss Messiah's eyes saved the sinner. I was sitting in the hot seat in a courtroom facing a charge of first-degree felony worthlessness, facing a judge who looked like the Orchid Man, facing an alien jury, 12 good Martians perhaps, and the DA wore very nice boots, axe-toed armadillo, and had notches on his briefcase, and my court-appointed attorney, a mere boy, was more afraid of the judge than I was. Then, from out of the hissing audience came a young woman in a black business suit wearing an Islamic veil. Her voice was iced tea and her eyes were as kind as a young Barbara Bush's. She told the judge and jury that I was a bald-headed hero that had once given her brother, an Iranian terrorist cab driver, a burger and fries from Dick's Drive-In. My act of Christian kindness had stopped her brother from dynamiting both himself and the Bremerton Ferry. Thus I'd saved the lives of many Americans, many Japanese cars, and a very nice boat. The judge dismissed the charge and gave me a job as his gardener and personal chauffeur. I moved across the lake to Medina into a garage apartment on the judge's estate. Now, when I'm not delving or driving, I write mystical Japanese haiku with a camel's hair brush dipped in black ink. And that's all I brought